All right. So welcome again. Welcome everybody. Today, I'm really excited because we're having a special guest. Okay. One of our recent, want to call her IS champion. Okay. She crushed the exam with spectacular scores. Um, she actually even did better than I did in the test. To be frank, she did though. Yeah, she did because she scored a listening 8.5. She just 0.5 shy from band 9. Then she crushed reading with band 9, writing 7, and speaking 8. I didn't get a band 8. I did get a band 8 in speaking. No, I didn't get a band. I got a 7.5 when I took my test. So such an amazing result. This is kind of result that people are dreaming of. And today she's going to share exactly how she did it. Okay, what the real exam felt like. Of course, she took part in our 30 days challenge, 30 days challenge. She's also going to share with us how the program helped her to get there. So let's dive right in. Let's welcome Odunayo. Odunayo, please turn on your camera so that we can see you. You are the superstar of tonight, our champion. So turn on your camera, please. Odunayo is there. Unmute your mic and turn on your camera so everybody can see you. Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Coach.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for
Okay,
having
so
me.
yeah, so I'll be asking a few questions that I know will help everybody here. Whether you are taking the exam for the first time or you are repeating the exam, these questions that we're going to ask, of course,
Okay.
they're going to help you. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Uh, so the first question I have for you, okay, first of all, congratulations. I know you're not
Thank
seeing
you.
me right now, don't worry. It's because I want you to have the full attention. That's why, but I'm still here. You can hear my voice clearly,
Okay.
okay? So
Okay.
first of all, congratulations.
Thank
Now,
you
can
so
you
much.
introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Odunayo. I'm a Nigerian. I used to stay in Nigeria before I relocated to Czech Republic, and there was a need for me to write IELTS. And I was able to reach out to coach through a friend that recommended him. And yeah, I joined his classes, and it was really amazing.
Nice. So, can you share with us why did you need to take the IELTS exam?
Okay, the goal is to relocate from here. I'm in Europe, but I'm having
Mhm.
some little challenges because of the language and everything. So getting permanent residency or European passport, you need to write a language test in the language of your country. For me now, I'm in Czech Republic, so I need to write language test for Czech, and it's quite challenging for me. So I decided to relocate to an English-speaking country. So I wrote the exam 3 years ago to relocate to Canada, but I didn't do well. But I was just in the express entry pool, and when the exam expired, I just told myself I needed to buckle up and have a very good result so that I can get a very high CRS score. And yeah, so that's the main reason why I wrote the exam to relocate from here to Canada or Austria.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. That's very nice. So, before joining the challenge, what were your biggest challenge or issues, fears you had with IELTS? Because I think you mentioned that you have taken the exam before.
Yes, I took the exam in 2023, and I must say my lowest result was from reading. I had 6.5.
Hmm.
For other sections, it wasn't so bad. I had 7.57, but lowest was 6.5. So I joined this coaching group because of reading, actually, because I know for others I can still kind of improve myself, but I found reading very, very challenging for me. And yeah, so that was why I joined.
Mm, 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 mm. So reading was six. So this is a journey from 6.5 to
To
band
nine.
9. But band 9 some people don't know the weight of a band 9, especially when it comes to. Let me show my face saying this. Many of you don't know the weight of a band 9 when it comes to you did general training, right?
Yes.
Yes. For general training, to get a band 9, you need to get every question right. Like, there's no room for mistake. You don't understand. So when I say I respect you, people will not understand. All right. So you need to get every question right. That's why I'm really, really, really curious on how on this your journey. So I have another question for you. Um, how was your first preparation like? The first time you took the test, how did you prepare for that? Let people have an insight to what you did then, and why do you think you didn't get the scores you wanted?
I think my preparation then was without direction. I was just going online to watch YouTube videos, then do some practice online. Any question I see online from different YouTube channel, it wasn't with direction. So I didn't have any strategy for each of the questions. I just do it like, okay, I'm reading a passage and I'm trying to look for the answer to every of the questions that comes around. So it was without direction, without strategy. So that was what
Mm,
changed for
mm.
me. Yeah, that was what changed for me. I didn't know there are different question types. I just feel okay, it's just normal questions. If it's true false, okay, it's just normal true false, not given question. I remember in one of the classes you were correcting me that doctors don't have the mindset of filling the gap. So it was without, yeah, because I just feel okay, this question is filling the gap, normal filling the gap. It shouldn't be a big deal, but of course there's a big deal. So then I was just practicing
Mm.
randomly online, anything I come across, and there were lots of misleading informations out there. This one will say something, another YouTube channel is debunking what somebody already said, and a lot of confusion. But this time
Mm.
around, I was more focused. I knew what I was doing, I knew what I wanted, and a whole lot of things changed in my practicing.
I see. I see. I see. I see. So what made you choose? Of course, like you said, there are a lot of coaches out there, a lot of YouTube channels out there. So what made you choose to join the 30 days challenge, Bani 30 days challenge, and not
Okay,
try something else?
a friend of mine once had a class with you, and when I reached out to her that I'll be writing my IELTS very soon. When I joined, I haven't registered for IELTS. It was after the 30 days challenge that I registered. So she asked if I had
Mm.
registered. I said no. I said, oh, if I wouldn't mind that there's somebody that she can connect me with, that she was also on the 30-day challenge and it was okay. So I'm like, okay, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind reaching out. But even when I joined, we didn't have one-to-one. So you didn't even know what my weakness was. We didn't have
Yeah,
one-to-one.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, there was no one to
Mm.
one. So it was during the course of the coaching that I told you, okay, reading is my major problem. Like, although I've had several exams, and I believe every exam has its own strategy. I've written TOEFL before, I've written GRE. So I just see it like IELTS, it's just normal exam. I'm used to writing exams. I just feel it's normal
Mm.
exam, but of course, if you don't know the strategies, you'll be lost. You'll be wasting time. A whole lot of things. You will panic. There will be fear all around. You will not think straight. You will not even see the answer from the passage. You will not see. You will lose focus. So yeah, I'm telling you,
All right.
this really changed for me during the exam. Although when I started the exam, I was scared. Like, of course, it's normal. Like, I'm like, okay,
Mm.
this is the last time I want to write this exam. I don't want to write it again. And I know what it takes if you have a very good point. I know the kind of CRS score you're going to have and all that. So I'm like, let me just put in my best. Let me just do this thing as if my whole life depended on it. And I was loyal to the
Yeah,
materials, to be fair.
and here we are,
Yes.
smiling
And here
and
we are.
dancing.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, so let's talk strategy. You're already talking about that, so let's talk strategy. So, what techniques from the program really helped you most? Let's because you had your highest scores in uh,
Reading.
listening and reading. Yeah. So,
Yes.
what techniques from the program helped you the most in listening and reading? You can take it one at a time. Listening first, reading in any order.
Okay, for listening, I think I once shared this in one of our classes, and if you could remember very well, there was one
Mm.
live listening test that we did, and I had 39 over 40. And you were like, Odunayo, are you sure you've
Mm.
not attempted this question before? I don't know if you remember. I said, no, I haven't
I do, I
attended it
do,
before.
I do.
I just, yes, I had 39 out of 40. So for listening, I wrote down some things. Number one is ability to predict the answers. So before, while instruction is being given, the instruction is not for you. For me, I just go straight to the question. I'll look at the word limits that is requested for those particular questions. If it's one word, two words, a word or a number, and while the instruction is being given, I check. Like for instance, I know phone number is digits, so I'm not looking for any letter. I'm looking for
mm,
digits, numbers.
mm,
For postcode, I have mastered to
mm,
the point that I know that postcode is always alphanumeric number and letters. So for every section, I predict my answers. I check if it is grammatically correct. Like, okay, this question, if it comes, um, a plural cannot end this kind of sentence. A singular word
mm,
cannot end this kind
mm,
of sentence. So I kind of have an idea of what the answer might be. So for every section, if I'm going to another set of questions, and I'm being told to, the instruction says we should check your answers. I don't check my answers. If I've written it, it's
mm,
gone. I just focus on the new questions that are coming. And what stood out
mm.
for me again is for I think section two for listening during the exam day. There are some more for multiple questions type. What
Mm.
I do is I read each of those options ABC. I read each of those
Yes.
options and I pick out the main thing in each of those options. Then I light it. I will light the first
Mm-hmm.
one and the last one. I'll leave the middle option. So that when they are talking
Mm,
about it, I just look for the main word from their conversation. Of course, I know they are distractors. They will talk about all the options definitely, but I know
mm-hmm.
I'll watch out for the distractions that okay, this is not the answer, this is the answer. Because as you are listening and you are trying to read that long option, you get lost.
Mm,
You might not even get the answers. So while waiting for the instruction being said and all that, or for instruction of looking for my answers, to cross check my answers, I just highlight every of those options. I highlight them, the main word, like they are going for a competition. So I just highlight competition. So when the
mm,
words are coming, I just scan through it, like, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. So I don't get too lost about it. Then I notice I'm not sure if this is true, but I think it works for me.
mm,
I notice most
mm,
of the answers don't come towards the beginning of the conversation. It's always towards the middle and the end. Like they will not tell you the answer at the first. It's
mm-hmm.
always distractors at first. So
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
I look out for that too, and I think it worked for me for listening.
Okay.
For phone numbers, I know if they are calling phone numbers, they call 5 digits first. So 5 digits, a little pause, then 3 digits, then 3 digits.
Mm,
Yeah, so that also
mm.
was on my mind. And
What
for
about reading? What about
listening,
reading?
for reading, I would say the main strategy for me was reading the questions for all question types. I'll first read the questions before going to the passage. That was what I
Mm,
did. Yes, I'll read the questions first. I'll take note of, fine, I might not remember all the questions, but I'll take note of
mm-hmm.
about 4, 5 at the time. And if
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the passage, I will know that I have come across something like this. So I'll pick interest in that maybe in that paragraph or some sentences before and all that. And I skim, but I do more of scanning. I'll make sure I pass through
Mm,
all the passage. I might not understand what the entire passage is all about, but I'll make sure that every line I scan through it to have a general idea of what the passage is saying. So I'll pass through it. And as I'm passing through, I will highlight if I see dates, name of a person, because I know it's very common for IELTS that in the question they'll
mm,
still ask about a particular date or a particular name in that passage. So as I'm reading, I'm highlighting. And on the exam day, you have the option of doing that too. Once you drag
mm,
your cursor on the whatever you want to highlight and you right click, you
mm,
have option to take notes or to highlight. So you can easily highlight it. So when you are going back to the passage, to the questions, it's very, very easy because you have lots of highlights. like dates,
Mm,
names of people, and all that. So names of places.
mm,
So when you see them, you don't have to be looking for it all around in the passage anymore. You just go to
mm,
your highlights. It's very easy. I'm not saying you should highlight all your text. You get confused, but at least
mm,
for names, for dates, I was able to highlight them. And because I've read the questions beforehand, it was easy for me. It was easy for me to,
mm.
yeah, to easily see those things. And of course, be grammatically correct. If you are saying they took two pencils in the something, like, it must make sense to you too. So even if you are choosing an answer from the passage, it must make sense to you that okay, this thing really makes sense. And during the exam day, I was lifting my
Yes.
answers to the passage to avoid spelling errors. So I
Very
was
good.
copying.
Very good.
Yeah, I was
Very good.
copying from, because if the answer is pencil and you wrote pencils, you are wrong. So
Mm,
it's very,
mm.
very important. So I was lifting every of my answer. In fact, there was one, maybe four letter was, I lifted it from the passage. I did not type. I was lifting every of those answers from the passage. So that really helped. And for section 3, I would advise that
Yes.
you read everything, you scan everything. I'm not saying you should read to understand, but make sure you scan, because for that last passage, about 14 questions are being asked from the last passage,
Mm,
which is a whole lot of questions. So you can't just
mm,
scan. You can't just say, okay, you're tired or it's too wordy, because the last passage is always very,
mm,
very wordy and lengthy. So you need to go through everything, because from like number 23 or thereabout, you're answering from that passage
mm,
till the
mhm,
last
mm.
question. So it's very important that your passage 3, you take it at heart. Like, I really want to go through every line, every line, every line, every
Oh, I
line. It's
see.
very important. Then paraphrasing is also very important. You will not see the answers exactly the way it's being written in the questions. So you need to
Mm,
know how to paraphrase a lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. It's very, very important. Look out for keywords, even the keywords that you highlight. If the question is coming from that particular keyword you highlight, it will not come directly. It's going to be paraphrased. It's going to be
that's
paraphrased.
true.
So
That's
the
well done.
paraphrasing is very
Thank you.
important.
Now, a lot of students struggle to move. You see, that's band 6.5, yeah? All right. So, what do you think helped you break that barrier? That's 6.5, but what do you think helped you break that barrier?
Okay. Firstly, I must say that in a day, I practice for nothing less than 4 hours. If I'm doing writing,
Oh,
I write, yes. And I think I scored 7 in writing because I didn't channel so much energy on writing. So
I
that's why.
see.
So you like coach will always say, this class is not enough for practice. So this class is not enough for read though. So you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work. In a day, I do nothing less than 4 hours. Even as a mom of two, I do nothing less than 4 hours in a day. That's being said. Then number two, I think what I did differently again is that for other study, like before now, once I'm done with a particular question, if I miss it, I don't review. I don't see why you missed that
Hmm.
question. Yes. But this time around, I started reviewing. It's not about doing 5 practice tests, 4 practice tests in a day. It's about doing two
Hmm.
meaningful one in a day for me. So I will go and review it. Why did they choose this answer? Why is it false here? But I thought it's not given. You know, I will check. I will check. And um I didn't practice on YouTube. I registered for the exam and I was using questions from British Council themselves.
Oh, this lady,
Yes.
you're just making me happy because you're just everything that is I used to drum. These are the things I used to drum in people's head in the class. But some people will still go and do something else. Just continue, continue, continue,
So the
continue.
questions I was attempting were from British Council. So if you
Mm-hmm.
register for the exam, for me, I registered around May and I took the exam in July last week, Saturday. So I had enough time to practice. There are several test there on British Council
Mm,
websites. So once you register for your exam, you have access to IELTS Flex. So on IELTS
mm-hmm,
Flex, you can do several speaking tests on your own. There are several topics there for writing that you can lay your hands on. Several questions on reading and listening. So at least for each, I know I was able to. Maybe I left about two for each that I didn't touch at all till my
mm,
exam day.
mm,
So, and if you can do that, for every question you miss, there's always an explanation why that answer was that, why you missed it, you will see. So I was able to review every of the questions that I missed while practicing. So I think that really helped me too. So I got used to every style of IELTS. I got used to it, like, oh, true, false.
mm.
If I'm attempting a question and I see that I have not chosen not given, I know I'm already wrong. There's no way. At least there must be one. There must be one not given. So I'll go and review all my false answers. The ones I chose
Yes.
false, I'll go and review them. Why did I choose false here? Ah, Dorcas is not false. This one should be not given. No, no, no. This sentence is not in the passage at all. Because I
Mm,
know false will
mm,
contradict it exactly. Exactly
mm,
what is in the passage. If the passage says the ball is red, and in the question they said, is the ball blue? I know it is false.
mm-hmm.
But if they says, is the ball round and blue? I know it is not given because in the passage they didn't tell me it's round. So it
Mm-hmm.
must contradict it exactly before you can go for a false. But if it doesn't contradict it exactly, then it is not given. So I got used to it that, oh, there must be a not given, there must be a false, and there must be a true. So if I'm choosing true, false, and not giving is not there, then I know, no, something is wrong. So I
Something
got
is.
used to every of these, yeah. And I know my true false not given strategy is the same for yes, no, for not given. It's the same. It's
Mm,
just
yeah,
simple.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yes,
So
very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. I'm really, really impressed with the
yeah,
efforts, and I like the fact that you can hear what she said. Mother of two, all right, but she still they give that education. It's not a, it's something that you would now. She has passed the exam. She doesn't have to worry about it again.
yeah.
You see, there's forever freedom. There's forever freedom now. So put in that effort, put in that time. It's just temporary. The temporal effort that you put in. We're all busy, we get it here, but put in that time, get it done, and you know you're free. Good work, oh, good, really good work you've done here.
Okay.
So, one more question,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
Now, can you recall any moment during the exam, like I'm talking like inside the examination, or and you were like, I was really prepared for this, and what
Yes.
caused
Oh.
that confidence for you to happen?
uh, I could even predict my result before it came. Because when I got home, I'm like, writing. Took out 7.5. Because I know for tax too, I didn't really develop that much. So I know myself that I didn't really develop that much. But for reading, I must say that I even had extra 8 minutes to review every of my answers. That I went back. I didn't stay
Mm,
too long. I didn't stay too long on any question. I was just for the last section. I I was just going through I was just reading like line by line, line by line. After reading, I went to the question. It was kind of seamless for me because I was used to it, and I was learning under exam condition. 1 hour is 1 hour. I was not giving myself extra
mm.
time because yes, my 1 hour is 1 hour. If I don't finish, I don't finish. I leave it and I grade myself. So I was already used to it. That even while I was practicing, I was saving time to cross-check every of my answers to review it. At least while practicing at home, I still have about 5 minutes more, 4 minutes more to review every of my question. So
Nice, nice.
um it was yeah. For every question that came, I just go to the question, look for my answer, go to the question, look for my answer. But for section three, I read line by line. I didn't read to understand. Please don't waste time on reading to understand. But I went through every line. I was reading through every line, because I know about 12, 14 questions are coming from that passage. So I needed to devote more time for the last session. But for others, it's just maybe 6 questions, 7 questions on a particular passage. So I would
Yeah.
advise that if you are studying, you study under exam condition, like let a 1 hour be 1 hour, time yourself, and as time goes on, you improve on it.
Nice, very nice, very nice. You can see that. See now, this is not because it's not about it's okay. Oh, someone will say, "Eh, she's intelligent. That's why she's intelligent. That's why she got this kind of score." It's not just about intelligence. No, is that you can see the. I like the fact that actually I'm not the one saying this now. You can see the effort she put into this. She had the strategy, oh, yes, but I used to sit in my I used to say class. You have to practice. So yes,
Yeah.
before I ask the next question, I just want to emphasize this. Everybody listen. Whether you're in my class or you're not in my class, I want you to understand this and apply this to any form of training you take going forward. There's a gap between getting into a program and getting results. That gap in between is implementation. All right. Many people will just they have what will make them successful, oh, but because they will not implement, they don't get you don't get to this point. So you have to understand. You can see how you see the things she did to get to this point, and that attitude you should have as well. So let's continue. I have another question here.
Mhm.
Um, how different were your skills when you joined the when you say this challenge, like when you joined, how different were your preparation, your skills compared to when you finish a program and about to take the exam? What's the difference? How would you rate yourself before and after?
Well, I would say now I've been able to discover some things about myself. Yes, some hidden potentials that I never even knew that I have. I've been able to unlock it. So
Okay.
and
Let's
one
take it
thing,
in regards to IELTS, so then other aspects of life, so if you want to.
yes, in regards to IELTS,
Okay.
there's something you usually say in class. You said IELTS though is not just because of the exam. By the time you are done with this coaching, you should improve yourself in every aspect. Because when you get to another country, they want to know if you can speak English, if you can integrate very well in that country. So it's not just about the exam. It's not just about the exam.
Hmm, hmm,
I
hmm.
I was motivated. I was pushed to do more. I was pushed to do more, and the more paid off for me. Naturally, I don't like to read. Naturally, I don't like to read. I prefer to solve. Mathematics is my strength. But when I joined, at first, I was even lazy to read some of those materials. I wasn't writing. I watched those videos as if I'm watching movie. But when coach said, try to pen some things down, you would think you have understood everything as you are watching it. But when you want to start practicing on your own, that's when you know that you are blank. So that was when I brought out my IELTS book. Okay, I need to pen down things. As I'm looking at those videos, I am writing, I am taking notes, which is something I don't usually do. If I'm practicing, maybe I just came back from work, I'll just open my laptop and go to YouTube and bring out some questions and then I'm practicing. But really, I wasn't really practicing. I was just there. So before I do any skill, if I'm doing listening, I will refer to my notes. What do I need to do? Okay, Dorcas, you need to. Sorry, I'm also Dorcas. So you need to read. You need to read the questions as the instruction is being given. So I'll look through my notes before attempting anything. The same thing for those questions too. For other skills too, I will look at my notes. I will look at the instructions that was given by coach. Okay, do this before I make any attempts. So please, as you are watching those videos, try to pen some things down. And this really affected me for writing, coach. I think I didn't have so much trust in the writing strategy, and that's why I still have the same score that
Oh,
I had the very first time. Because those things, I'm like, "Ah, how can I say this? Because put the disadvantage first, then I will not talk about the advantage. The one I want to, it's too long now. Is there no better way? And the better way that I have for myself gave me 7 bands. So So let's
Oh my
just follow
god.
instructions. Let's have a note for ourselves. The note I have for myself now, I can even pass it on to somebody else. Like, okay, you want to study
Hmm.
IELTS, this is enough for you. If you can follow all of these
Very
things,
detailed.
then
Good.
that's fine. Yeah, fine. So
Okay.
that changed for
One
me.
quick question. What impressed you, like, in all of this? Now, what really impressed you? Like, one thing that impressed you in during the course of the program, that, or even after, what impressed you the most? I like to ask.
What impressed me the most is the fact that you are always there to answer every question. There are times that we might have something in mind to do for the night, and you'll be like, "Oh no, we cannot move forward. We need to trash this. We need to." You were really into everybody, and if somebody is lagging behind, you don't go with the flow that others are getting it. Let's keep going. You will go back. There was one night I left, like, after staying for 2 hours, and you didn't even talk about general training at all, because somebody kept on asking question about a particular thing in IELTS Tax 1 academics, and you kept explaining, giving examples, and you know, so it shows how much you're so determined to see everybody succeed. It's not about just the business for you. It's not about business for you. It's about impacting people. So that really stood out for me during the course of the coaching. Like, if you have any issue, all you just need to do is talk about it. Don't be shy, because it's your life, it's your exam. Nobody will be there for you. So it's better you say everything you want to say. And I think coach is even more responsive on in the class than when you write in privately. Privately, you will not even, Baba will not reply on time. Oh. But, but during the class, so every of my question I asked during the session, I'm not shy about it. And and I must say, I had someone too that wrote me. Her name is Jennifer. She wrote me during the class, "Can I be your friend?" Blah blah blah. I said yes, no problem. And
Hmm.
we were doing speaking together. We're doing speaking together.
Hmm.
Yeah, we became
Hmm.
friends, and we're practicing speaking together throughout I think we had about 4 sections before I even went for the exam. That week that I was supposed to write my exam, we had sections together. We were strict
Yeah.
with each other. So if you can get someone too that you can speak with before you go for speaking, or you want to have a reading mate, it will also help. And I must say, my speaking was like, and it was an interactive section, and I wasn't surprised when I
Exactly.
had the 8 band. I wasn't surprised because
Hmm.
I have done several. If I already have templates in my head, I already have templates in my head
Hmm.
that if they ask me anything about my friend, I am sticking to this person, and this is what I'm saying about this person, even if it is a different question. But I'll still bring in it. I'll bring in this thing that I've written about this person into my speaking, and it worked. It worked.
Hmm. All right, nice. Now, if someone is taking the exam now, okay, or the person someone is about to take the test, all right, a month from
Mhm.
now, maybe a couple of weeks from now, what are your top three pieces of advice you would give them?
I would say, prepare well, devote time for it. If you have limited time, devote time for it. It's doable, to be fair. It's doable. It's not a game of luck. If you put in the energy, the work, you will see it. I know what stood out for me from the previous one I did and this one. The devotion was different. Then two, I would say it's still study, practice, review your questions that you miss, review them. Don't let it go. That word you did not hear very well when you were listening. When you are done, go back to it. See how it is being pronounced. See how it is being pronounced. Um, don't just say, okay, you've missed it and that's it. If you are not reviewing the questions you missed, you are not learning. You are not learning. So you need to review. Then stick to something that works for you. Stick to something that works for you. The reading strategy that works for you. Coach has a lot of it on the materials that he has given us. Try to look into them, look at what works for you. See, as much as there are a lot, there will be something that will really stand out for you. So that thing that stand out for you, just hold on to it. Hold on to it. Every of the strategy might not work for you, but that one that works for you. Like, I know coach has a lot of But for me, is I'll first read the question before I go to the passage. So if reading the passage first works for you before going to the question, make sure you have studied that strategy several times and you see that truly this strategy is working for me. Then you stick to it. Don't just study and
Mm.
miss. Like
Very
study
nice.
with purpose. Study with purpose.
Very nice. And
Yeah.
the last question I have here before I think other people have a couple of questions already pouring in. Yes. Okay. Good. So the last question I have for you here before I go to that question is: would you recommend the program to other IELTS candidates? And if yes, what would you tell them?
Of course, I will. If I won't recommend, I will not be. I will not honor this because if it didn't impact me, I will not even honor it. I will not even send you my results. So of course, yes, I will. I will recommend this. Um, like I said earlier, everything shaped me. Everything that I read, that I listened to, shaped me. And the materials. So I think some of the materials that coach drops on the group is from IELTS British Council. So read materials that will really have impact in your study. Some of the questions online, they might be too tough or too easy. That is how IELTS is. And meanwhile, you are not even close to the standard. So follow the simple instruction. Like when I first watched the video that was sent to me by coach, then listen to just follow instruction, do what works, and let's see. Just give it a try and see if it will work for you or not. So give it a try, stick to it, and it will definitely work for sure. To definitely work. So I recommend it with my full chest. Do this and do your own self-study too. Coach will not study for you. You have to study for yourself. It's just there to enlighten us, to put us through, but you need to devote time too to study. It's very, very important.
So I have some questions here from some of us to say: was it CBT or paper you enrolled for?
CBT.
Okay, CBT. Good. So she's a computer based she took. Okay. Um, Goodness is asking, please, how do we get the British Council questions before registering for the exam?
Okay, you
You
have
could
to
deflect, you got
register
it
first.
after.
No, you have
Yes.
to, yes. When you register, they will send you some mails. And with that, you even have access to live classes. So I was attending live classes too. Classes from British Council teachers themselves. So they will also enlighten you on what to, treat some questions with you and all that. But you need to register for your exam first before you have access to those materials.
It's good you register for the exam, even though it's 2 months from now, you must take it. That fact that once you pay that money, so of course you're not serious some of you are not serious because you have not paid. Once you pay that
Mm-hmm.
money, even if it's 2 months from now, just pay. As long as you have the money in your hand, you have the money, pay for it. The fact that you've paid that money, your seriousness will be, and you have access to the questions that on the British Council platform. Let me ask: your first test was it British Council you took you registered with?
Yes.
Yeah, British Council. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me also now see. She did British Council. Some people were saying that IDP is the easiest one. And British Council is too hard. It's British Council she did.
Yeah, I did British.
She got listening 8.5 reading 9, and writing 7, speaking 8. So there's no difference between the two. The issue is your preparedness for the exam. So the next question, someone you can please keep your questions coming. Oh. Maria, thank you. Maria is telling you congratulations.
Thank you, Muriel. We used to be in the same class.
Okay, Ellen is asking, please, I would like to get your notes as well.
My
All
notes.
right. You have to join the challenge, join the Vanity Days challenge to get the notes.
Exactly.
If you want to get the notes, you have to join the Vanity Days challenge. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Nak is asking, it's also about being strategic, knowing all the tricks. If you want to read, practice, that and the logic. Yeah, you're right. Okay, this is just a comment as well, not really a question. Yeah, you're right. Your strategy needs to be right. Your strategy needs to be on point before you can proceed. Before you can, because it's like which show will I use now? If your strategy is not right, you will not get the right result, no matter how much you practice it. Yes. Helen is asking, how do you join the challenge? To join the challenge, you will need to book a free session with me. Of course, yes, I need to see your current level. I'll drop the link here. Because that's what we're doing now. The session is free, okay? Book your IELTS strategy session. So book your session, yeah. Morel is asking, after registration with the British Council, can I choose my exam date myself? Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
you can
Definitely,
even choose
definitely. You're
not
the
to
one I
have
would.
your speaking on the same day with others.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Very true. Okay, Faith. I think Faith is typing some questions. My questions. So let's just give us some time. So if you want to join the Biden Tennis Challenge, all right, go to book a session first, the free session where we going to talk. I need to see your level, where you are right now, and they will recommend the best program for you based on that. Okay, just go to myadventure.com/book. The link is here already. Yes. So Faith is saying my challenge is writing. Can we swap results? I know.
You can do better. I
We
have
can
just
swap.
10.
Oh my god. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, ISCBT. Danke is asking. I know ISCBT is in Nigeria. Is only in Nigeria. Is only one in Nigeria. Yes, in Nigeria, it's only CBT you have access to. But in other countries, in the US, Canada, I know you can take paper based. Even the UK, you can take paper based.
Here, you
Yes.
can only take CBT.
Joyce. Oh, as
Mm-hmm.
well. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
take
it's
paper.
just the exam is shifting towards just purely CBT test. It's shifting
Mm-hmm.
towards that. Yes. Okay, let's take on the last question before we call it. Oh, people are typing now. Let's wait for them. Let's wait for them. So, like I said, to sign up for the Mindset Challenge, you have to, of course, forget the strategy session. Just go to my.isavengers.com/book. The link is in the comment. I'll just post it here. Let me post it here again. Book your free strategy session. More questions are here. All right. So, okay. So more questions are here. Let's good. This is a very good one. MLM is asking, say, my coach, my issue is anxiety. Let me ask you, Dorcas, I can call you Dorcas now, right?
Yes, you can. Anyone.
So she's asking, she said her issue is anxiety. What would you recommend for someone to deal with the anxiety for the exam?
Anxiety. To be honest, I was also like the first 20 minutes of the exam, I was shaking too, to be fair. I was shaking, but I think as time goes on, you get used to that environment. So I got used to it later on, and before I knew it, everything was in place. Because you have your listening first, then you have your reading, then you have your writing. So before the end of the listening test, I got used to the environment. I got used to the exam mode. So I think it will get better as you progress in the exam. To get better.
Okay. Okay. To add to that, um, first of all, you need to know where the anxiety is coming from. Is it that you've taken the exam before and you failed, and that's why you are anxious, or is it because of people's expenses you've had? That's why you are anxious. Is it because of the money? All right, you need to know what's making you anxious. But one thing that brings that brings anxiety is gaining confidence. And how do you gain confidence? Gaining confidence is by ma- ignore that fear. Don't worry. You're not put the exam, right? Don't worry about it. Just practice. I think this is one of us. This person that person is one of us. As you're following the strategy, you're practicing, you're seeing your improvements. All right, just keep at it, So the more you do it, the more you feel more comfortable. It will not vanish. See, you will never ever be absolutely 100% confident that you will not feel anxious. Is a lie. There's no the moment you get to the mirror, you will still feel anxiety because at that point you know that it is now or never. So you will always feel it. It is normal. I also accept that it's normal. It's okay to be anxious. But most important thing is your study. I think we have one question here, which will be the last
Then, coach,
question.
let me just add to what you said. Like the part of being
Yes, go
anxious
on.
is maybe of all the four skills, which one are you lagging behind? Because if you are lagging behind in a particular skill, you get scared of the exam. And I think that should be the skill that you should channel your energy more on. For me, it was reading. So the only way I could beat the fear was study, do more of reading. I got used to doing reading. Like if I'm going to do any practice in a day, it has to be reading and one other skill. So maybe you should start from there, see which of the skills you're lagging behind that is making you scared of the exam, that doesn't want you to even register for the exam. Then let that fear, that weakness, let it be the strength that you now have. Keep working on that particular skill. Before you know it, you get familiar with that skill, you get used to it. I think that will also help.
All right. Faith Chinazaya, she's saying that she feels a bit scared, but she's not encouraged, and she's thanking you. Thank you, Dorcas. All right. So it's almost 1 hour. I think these are all the questions we had. So thank you so much, Dorcas, for showing up and for sharing your experience. See, I'll be the replay will be posted here, of course, on this Telegram channel. I also upload it on YouTube so that people can watch this. She shared so many important things. Even if you're my students here, I can see some of you here, come back and watch it. Because some of the things I will mention, maybe I might not mention them often in the class, but they're very important. She really hammered on them, did them, and they really worked on that as well. So I really appreciate you for doing this. God bless you. So on to the next one. Next one now should be your Japa testimony. All right.
Thank you so
Bye,
much.
and God bless. So that's it for tonight.
Thank you.
If you want to
Bye.
reach, or if you want to reach me, you can. I'll drop our contact here. You can get in touch with us on WhatsApp. Yes, or you can get in touch with WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is +234-811-2019-67. Okay, so you all enjoy the rest of your evening while we get the replay ready for you. Bye and God
Thank
bless.
you. Bye.